Hello everyone, and I have one more Alekhine chess game to show you. So let's quickly analyze this very beautiful chess game. In this game, Alekhine's opponent was Cortes. This was from a blindfolded chess simul from 1922 Spain. So Alekhine starts the game with e4, e6, and we have the French defense exchange variation c4, c6, knight to c3, knight to f6, knight to f3, bishop to e7, bishop to d3, takes. So white has isolated queen's pawn and both players castled. Knight from b to d7, rook over, attacking the bishop, bishop back, bishop to g4, bishop up, queen to c7, rook over, and h3, bishop back, knight to e5, knight from b to d5, queen up, activating the queen, bishop to e6, and then bishop to g5, queen to d6, rook over, queen back. It looks like a waiting move, and Alekhine played bishop to c2. Now the position is for about equal, but Alekhine is improving this bishop's position, aiming at the king, and this is a more useful square for the bishop. So far so good. Actually, there is nothing interesting so far, so this is why I am not saying much. So centralizing the rook, bishop to b1. It feels also like a waiting move, but Alekhine is building up the pressure and white has well-placed pieces and an active position. So knight to d7 and exchanging the bishops, knight takes, rook takes was also okay, and then queen to h5. Obviously Alekhine is attacking on h7. So in this position, believe it or not, but bishop takes on h7 Greek gift was possible, and it was a very strong move according to the computer chess engine. So queen to h5 and knight back, and this was a bit passive move. It is not an inaccurate move, but pushing the pawn g6 was also fine. It looks like it is going to weaken the dark squares, but Alekhine has no dark square bishop. So knight to a4, so knight to c5 is Alekhine's plan. He wants his knight on c5 and attacking one of the important pieces, the light square bishop. So we have f6. Maybe this was not a very accurate move. So knight to c5 by Alekhine. What a move. What a move. Maybe black was not expecting this. But we have bishop to c8. And what happens if capturing the knight? Then this was Alekhine's idea. Bishop takes on h7. Let's not forget Alekhine was blindfolded. So if knight takes, then knight takes, bishop forking the rook and the queen, and also aiming at g7. So this is very good for white. So even though white lost a piece, black is a piece up, but white has a very active position. So we have bishop back and then queen to f7 check, sending the king to the corner. The king is boxed in and black is on the back foot right now. White is attacking and black looks much more defensive now. And then the knight hops in to make some trouble, and it looks like a complicated position. We have one another Alekhine game and we see one another complex position for a normal chess player, not for Alexander Alekhine. This is just one another day at the office. So we have pushing the pawn b6. There are so many different possibilities. So this is some sort of difficult position to defend. So what happens if knight takes on d7? That's a blunder. Can you see why? Okay, because of knight to e6, both attacking the queen and threatening checkmate. Double threat and black is lost. And if bishop takes, this is also not good because of rook takes on e7. And after rook takes, queen takes, we see this annoying pin. And again, this is a difficult position for black. And all of white pieces placed very actively. So this is the genius of Alekhine. So knight from e to d7, we have b6. And then in this position, very, very impressive move by Alekhine. In a very complex position when he was playing blindfolded in this chess simul, he played an incredible move, the top engine move, Very impressive. Did you see the move? Okay, so Alekhine played bishop takes on h7, and this is creating all kinds of problems for black. You can't capture the bishop with the king, you can't capture the bishop with the knight, and I will show you why. And in this very complex position, you can see that the bishop and also the knight is hanging. And this was, bishop sacrifice was the top engine move. Alekhine was not missing any complex tactics even when he was blindfolded. But we have b takes on c5. Let me quickly show you what happens if knight takes on h7, then knight to e6. So this knight is actually stuck on f8. It has to defend e6 against knight to e6 threat, because this time after knight to e6 we have the same problem, both attacking the queen and threatening checkmate. And if defending with the rook, boom, it's all over. And in this position, if king takes, then knight takes, this pawn is pinned. And if king to h8, checkmate like this. And if king goes up, then checkmate like this. So bishop takes on h7. You can see that queen to h5 or queen to g8 is also possible if it was not for this knight. So Alekhine can capture this knight, remove the defender, and then maybe checkmate his opponent. That is also a possibility. So pawn takes, but can you guess the next move? Okay, boom, rook takes on e7, but we have knight to e6. So removing the defender, Alekhine is threatening checkmate, both queen takes on g7 and queen to g8. So if rook takes, then queen to g8. And if knight takes bishop, then this time queen takes on g7 is checkmate. So rook takes, knight to e6, but this was basically the only defense. And bishop to f5, a very strong move. So this clears the path for the queen. And also this clears the h-file. So queen to h5 is possible. And also attacking the key defender, the knight. Okay, so attacking the only defender and then checkmating the king. Bishop takes in this desperate position. So if rook takes on e7, we have this very beautiful force checkmate, check, check, and then checkmate. So bishop takes, but then bishop takes on e6. So Alekhine in this position is threatening two different checkmates, and black has no defense. Cortes resigned, because how to defend queen to h5 or queen takes on g7 checkmate? There is no defense, there is nothing that black can do in this position. If rook takes on e7, checkmate. So if bishop takes, then you don't have to capture the queen. This is checkmate. Of course, bishop was attacking the queen too, so I'm just joking. But this is checkmate. And if rook to g8, checkmate. And how about if queen to h2, only for prolonging the game? Then king takes queen, rook takes, and then queen to h5 is also going to be checkmate. So what a masterpiece, actually. Incredible. So this is why Mr. Cortes resigned after the simple bishop takes on e6. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed watching this amazing chess game, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye bye.